Hi everybody, I'm Dylan Black. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Daytime Ottawa, and it's going to be a busy show here today. Coming up in moments, as a matter of fact, we've got Piff the Magic Dragon. This guy has received thousands of YouTube hits for his videos, and of course he was on America's Got Talent. Very cool, and he's in town tonight at Algonquin Commons Theatre. He will be on the show with his little doggy, Mr. Pibbles. Piffles? Anyway, the dog's on the show with him. That's going to be a lot of fun. Right now, let's talk about toys. Why not, okay? Because the March break is soon upon us, and if you're looking for some toys to entertain the kids with, well, who better to talk about toys than the editor of The Noise on Toys? Marcia MacQuarrie is with us. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Wonderful to see you now. Obviously, the Noise on Toys. So you guys, how long has this website been around at this point?
Since about 2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're talking about like...
We had actually started it before. We used to do the editorial coverage for the, Today's Parent, but we went solo on it in 2009.
Okay. And so if people want basically the best reviews on toys, they go to this website.
Yeah.
And how many toys have we reviewed at this point?
We're thinking it's just a little over 3,000.
That's a lot of toys.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of years.
How do you test these toys? What's the best way to do it?
The manufacturers send us these samples, and then we send them out to families in Ottawa and in Toronto.
Yeah.
And they play with them for, you know, as long as it takes, usually up to about 2 months.
Yeah.
And they post their feedback directly on the website, and then we use that feedback to come up with our overall review.
Okay, so we're talking about like kids and families and people with no toys.
The parents comment, but the kids also comment. That's the big thing, is that we try to get their perspective, which isn't always the same as the parents.
Probably not. No. Yeah, but I would go with the kids. You know, if I was going to look at the critique, I would go with what the kids love. Yeah. Because the parents can be kind of stuffy sometimes.
Well, they like it. They often have more to say about it than the kids do.
Okay,
so they're worth reading too,
kids,
for sure.
Fun, Yeah. All right. So what do we have here? We have tons of stuff. Where do you want to start with some of these new toys?
Well, most of these are activity toys.
Okay.
So depending on what kinds of toys your child likes, we have a lot of brain teasers, because they take up space when you're playing by yourself, when you don't necessarily have a friend. We've got crafts, we've got science activities. I guess we could start with the Crayola sprayer, which it's like an air sprayer.
Sprayer. Why does this already to me sound like it could be like messy and...
It's actually quite contained. You just turn it on here, and it's just a regular washable Crayola marker that's in there, and you turn it on and you just start spraying, and see how the spray is quite directed. And then when you want to change, you just unscrew it a little bit and take out the marker and put a new one in. Very easy.
I mean, that is
fun. You can change the colors without even having to wash it up.
Okay, so now the question I have to ask, is this very easy to clean up? Because say the kids just want to like spray their little sister or something, or...
Well, that's a parenting issue.
Well, yes, but it's probably going to happen. So what about like walls and stuff like that?
But it's like playing with markers, with washable markers. It's no messier than playing with markers.
I like that. As an adult,
I mean, you could draw all over your sibling too, right?
I'd like to take this to the radio station later and just spray people with it. Is that it?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Spray guy.
or here, the volunteers. What else do we have, Marcia?
This is Lunar Landing, which was originally put out, I think, I've forgotten how long ago, but some time ago, as Lunar Lockout. Okay. So this is a reintroduction of a puzzle from Think Fun, and it's the kind of puzzle that you have to, when your moves are based on being able to bump up against something. Okay. Okay. So for instance, this fella can't move here because he just keeps going right off the board. So imagine yourself in space. It's like being in space, and you need something to stop you. So the idea is to move these around so that there's always somewhere that you can move to get this guy on the middle part.
Huh.
So you know that some of your moves are dictated by the fact that this fella can't move in that direction. Either one of these moves can be a starting one. Either one of these can move.
Okay. So it's a real thinking game.
It's a definite thinking game.
Strategic.
Yes, and there's like 40 puzzles or something to work through on it.
Okay. Fun. So I'm actually looking at you've got like sort of like fur in your hands now.
Yeah, this is for the fluffable.
Way down here, though,
they're
right?
over there. Yeah, if you want to grab one, you can see how soft and fluffy they are.
Ooh, soft.
Now they start naked like that, like little pink foam bodies.
Did you say they start naked?
Well, they start sort of naked.
Don't we all, Marcia?
Yeah, well, so do these guys. We have to sort of create them. And you just...
That looks like a terrifying animal. Look at this guy.
He's very unkempt right now. So you just put them around this thing, and you insert it in here.
Okay.
And you're done. So when this one right here, you can see is fairly scraggly looking. But when you've got them all done, you can take scissors and you can comb it and fluff it, and you can turn it into a very groomed looking little critter.
And he's got a mustache too. Look at this.
Oh, sorry, that's
how are
right.
you?
Each of them comes with a little blind pack of a surprise accessory.
Okay.
And see, it just comes off it just holds on like that, so you can switch them between them, and you can put it on a different one, and you can trade them off. So that's kind of a fun feature.
Do
of
any
it.
come with eye patches? Because
I don't know.
maybe
I know
not-
there's
I want them to be
glasses and there's a
pirate.
mustache.
Yeah.
So you got that.
What
This-
if I want to keep them naked?
That's up to you.
Okay.
If that's the way you like to play with them.
Why not?
Anyway, this is Invent, an art gadget.
Okay.
So you come with, there's all sorts of components, but the instructions also encourage you to get found objects from around the house. And you can build things like this. Now this is going to be now normally you would glue this and secure it a lot better. I've just put it together temporarily, but you fill this with paint, and then you just sort of swing it around, and you create your art on the...
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and there's also just tons of different ideas. You can just, get a can or something and put paper around the middle of it and put a bit of paint in the bottom, some marbles, and make marble painting by shaking it. So there's just tons of different
That
ideas.
is super fun.
Yeah.
I'm finding that a lot of this stuff is very thought-provoking. Like it makes the kids are thinking, they're using
The
their
idea,
minds.
they're trying to get them to use their minds, and this is all about creativity, both from the technical point of view of creating a gadget, like a sort of engineering a gadget for your art to be creative that way.
Okay. All right. What else do we have?
Just Add Glue is another one that is sort of a science and art kit. If we get these tiles out of the way, you can see just the incredible number of resources that come with it. Those are both food coloring, but they come dry, so you don't have to worry about them having spilt while you're waiting to use them. You just add water. There's some borax that you add water in. The science activity is to use some of the glue and then add the borax to make one of those sort of silly putty type polymers.
Yeah.
And you vary the amount of borax and so on as you're mixing it up.
Okay.
And that's the science part of it. But then there's a ton of craft ideas to use with the glue. And not just cut and paste gluing, it's actual sort of sun catchers and all sorts of neat projects.
This is so much fun. Obviously, you're always looking for volunteer families.
Yes, we are, especially especially this time of year, because we're just setting up to do our 2017 program.
Ooh, so what's the best way to get in touch with you?
On the website,
Simple as that.
there's a section that says sort of apply to be a testing family.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you, because you've got purple hair, right? I noticed that. Is that
That's me.
Were you testing some of these?
No, that's
spraying
just me,
yourself
Dylan.
with the Crayola sprayer? It looks beautiful. Anyway.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Marcia MacQuarrie from the Noise on Toys. Thank you as always. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
We've got more daytime coming up. How about this? Chef Kirk Morrison is going to be joining us in the kitchen next.